This is an addendum to Part 29, the King James Bible by Edward de Vere. I should have gone over this in the last video, so I'm going to start here. The first page of Genesis ends on line 40, de Vere's code number, with the word over. A letter O with an apostrophe is used to represent the word of. There's an apostrophe in the form of a comma above the word over, of Vere, or of Vere. But what I didn't explain is that in French and other languages, of is pronounced de. Of Vere in French is de Vere. For me, this word and the way it's set up is the same as de Vere signing his name on the first page of the Bible. Okay, as I've learned from watching Alexander Wa's videos, 1740 is a code for Edward de Vere. I found twice 11 in the Bible and have discovered it has several meanings, one of them being that it's also a reference to Oxford. These are two keys that unlock much of what I've found. Before the Bible begins with Genesis, it's divided into two sections. Following the frontispiece is the dedication to King James on page 1. If you start flipping the pages, turning them one at a time, the table of contents ends up on the 17th page. And then, instead of the next page being the genealogies, you can see the catchline "the" at the bottom of the page. They've inserted an image of King James coat of arms, interrupting the page count. Then, after that, the genealogies begin. So from the King James coat of arms, if we start counting each page with this as page 1, then 2, 3, and so on, there are a total of 40 pages, and then the Bible begins. I'll go over that again. From the first page of the dedication, turn the pages, and there are 17. Then the count is interrupted by King James coat of arms. Using that as page 1, start counting each side of each page. There are 40, and then Genesis. 17 and 40, Edward de Vere's Earl and code number. Notice in Genesis, right after one of the most famous quotes in all the Bible, "And God said, let there be light," or FIAT looks, there are 17 lines to the end of the column, followed by 40 lines in the next. God said, FIAT looks, and then there was Vere. In the previous video, I explained that the left column is 38 lines and the right is 40. T is the 19th letter. 2 letter T's, or 19 plus 19, equals 38. Edward de Vere's code number was 40, or 4T. 4 T's. I found a palindrome in the book of Job that tells us E Vere is 2T and 4T, which is being reflected here. Now if you count the number of lines of margin notes on the left, there are 22, or twice 11. Count the number of lines of margin notes on the right, there are 17, Edward de Vere's Earl number. So in each column, there are 22, 38, 40, and 17 lines, totaling 117. The abbreviated name for Edward is EDWD. Oxford sometimes signed his name double V. Using gematria, add up EDWD, double V Vere, and his Earl number 17. You get 117. Now working our way up the page, not so much right to left like Hebrew, but down to up. There are 4 more lines above the columns. 117 plus 4 equals 121. 121 is equal to 11 times 11, or twice 11. There's still one more line across the top of the page, making it 122 lines total. What does the line say? The creation of the world. So, who created the world? Some might say it was God. 122 is comprised of 1 and 22. God is 1. 1 represents unity. 22 or twice 11 is a reference to Edward de Vere. One reason for this is that 2 plus 2, or 2 times 2, equals 4. 4 in Dutch and German is Vere, so we have God in Vere. But as it explains in the Book of Creation, the Sefer Yetzirah, God created the world by using the 22 letters of the Hebrew alphabet, giving us the Torah and the rest of the Bible. 1 and 22, or 122, are the total number of lines on the first page of Genesis. Interestingly, it's Sonnet 122, starting with the third set of double tau initials, that begins the FIAT Lux message that I explained in my first couple of videos. Alright, so the Bible is divided into 17 and 40 pages. And the columns are printed into 22 lines, or twice 11, 38 lines equal to 2 T's, 40 lines, or 4T, and 17 lines, Edward de Vere's Earl number. His name is the last word of the page, of Vere or de Vere, printed on line 40. When you consider everything I've gone over, what are the odds that all this occurred naturally? There is no way this wasn't done by design. Who do these numbers apply to? Not Francis Bacon, not John Dee. I can think of no one other than Oxford. And God said, "Let there be light." 1740 de Vere. Thank you for watching.